Hello and welcome to our presentation today on how Crawford Software can help you streamline your outbound document distribution processes by leveraging spindle document distribution for SYSPRO. My name's Tyler, I work for Draycir and we really specialise in document delivery, ensuring that your documents are sent efficiently, in the correct method, with the correct attachments and to the correct person or people, all just with the click of a button. So just a brief agenda of what we'll be discussing. So firstly, I'll explain a little bit about who we are at Draycir, then the common challenges that you might be facing as an organisation. Then we'll jump into what Spindle is and how it can overcome those challenges. And then I'll show you a demo to show you exactly how it works. And then I'll answer some FAQs at the end as well. So who are we? So as you can possibly tell by the accent, we're based in the UK. We do also have an office in Bangkok, Thailand as well. But ultimately, we work across the world, helping businesses save time and money with our products. And we've been in the industry now for over 20 years. And that has seen us help over 7,000 organisations and over 87,000 users improve their document distribution processes. So what are the challenges you could be facing at the moment? Well, firstly, the actual operational process and the costs associated to that. So if you think about how many people you have simply sending documents from SYSPRO and how long that takes them. So when they're emailing, do they have to take care to ensure that it's sent to the correct person? Do additional copies need to be considered? And what about if a certain group of customers only wants paper copies and perhaps some customers still want to be faxed? Do you have processes in place or does someone have to manually think about that before sending? And then do you perhaps have to consider the fact that multiple contacts need to be included on an email, or perhaps a secondary copy needs to go out internally, maybe to a sales rep? And you might be struggling to get invoices paid on time, perhaps just due to a lack of tools or communications. And then the flexibility side of things. So you might have a pretty rigid process currently where a case of one size fits all is the only way in which you can send documents efficiently. But can you cater for customers or suppliers who perhaps use different languages, or they might require paper and digital copies? And then thinking about the documents and emails that you're sending, are you offering the best possible customer experience? So are the documents that you're sending out aesthetically pleasing and informative? And do they have the supporting documents automatically included? You know, do they actually look professional and are they customized? And then when documents are manually sent, whether it's by post or email or fax, there's always going to be room for human error. We've all been in a situation, I assume, where we've attached the wrong document, maybe an invoice to the wrong customer, or used the incorrect name in an email. All of those things really do impact customer experience and professionalism. So what is spindle document distribution? Well, it's a complete outbound document distribution solution. So it allows you to create custom workflows for all of your outbound documents, from invoices, statements, remittance advices, purchase orders, basically any SYSPRO report, all within one click. So a process that takes some organisations that we speak to hours a week or even days now takes just seconds. So as well as improving efficiency and saving heaps of time, you'll also improve your brand identity and customer experience. And I'll show you how in the demo. But all in all, you can reduce your workloads by up to 20%. And just think of what can be done with that sort of additional time. So we can also send singular or batches of documents to multiple recipients. So you might have a customer who needs another contact copied in on every communication, but perhaps another customer where only one person needs to receive a document. All of your customers are going to have different wants and needs, and Spindle will allow you to fulfill them without even having to think about it. So you might want your own internal staff to get copies of certain documents as well. So a sales rep, as we mentioned, might need to get copies of invoices to know when orders are fulfilled. And again, Spindle gives you the complete flexibility to do that, as well as to define the actual distribution path as well. And do some customers perhaps require a physical copy, or do certain documents need to be physically printed or faxed or archived? So Spindle, again, does all of that in one click. And then with Spindle, not only are we customizing the workflows, but we're actually customizing the look and the feel of the documents and the emails themselves as well. So we include your branding, your logos, to ensure that the back-end operations are in line with your front end, and that the brand that you've worked hard to create is present on every single communication, as opposed to plain black and white text emails and documents. And in so many cases, it's not as simple as needing just to send one specific document. So often multiple supporting documents are required. So for example, if you're sending out a statement, you'll want all relevant invoices also attached to that. Or if you're sending an invoice, you might also need a certificate of conformity as well. Again, Spindle takes care of all of this automatically. So all the user has to worry about is hitting the print button. And then moving on to think about, if you've got customers over the globe or in different regions who you might currently send everything to in English, but wouldn't it be great to be able to send them emails and documents in the correct language? Again, we can set up workflows to automatically adjust the language dependent on where that customer's located. Again, just further improving that customer experience. We can also automatically protect sensitive documents as well with password protection for legal compliance, as well as getting paid faster by automatically adding pay now buttons to invoices. So it allows your customers to simply click a button, enter their credit card details and pay within seconds. So you're going to improve your cash flow as well. And then last but certainly not least, we can automatically archive documents, whether that's in a Windows file structure, CRM or SharePoint, whatever suits your needs. And then by automating that whole distribution process, you can save around about a day a week, if not more, which is absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a look at a quick demo of Spindle. So as I've repeated several times now, from a user's perspective, Spindle is so easy to use. So it's essentially a printer. And when we print to Spindle then reads the coding that we add onto the existing Crystal report to understand how to deliver that document, where to deliver it to, how it should look, what to attach, everything that's been defined. So I'm just going to show you how we typically run a statement print. So really straightforward, simply print to Spindle Pro Auto. And if we just keep an eye here, so what we'll start to see is documents appearing in our drafts folder. And we've just got that set up for demo purposes. Obviously, in a real life environment, you can have these being sent straight out to your customers. So we can see Spindle is doing its job here and working. We can see documents appearing in our drafts folder. There we go. So if I give it a second just to make sure all of them are sent, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into how these emails and documents actually look. So are we still going? Yeah, we're still going. So we'll concentrate on this one up at the top for now. So we've got a customer here called Bayside Bikes, and we've sent them their statement, perhaps a monthly statement. And if we look at the email, so we can see our logos are on here. So we're the outdoors company. So we've got our branding here. We've got a very aesthetically pleasing looking email as well. So we've got payment buckets with colour and it's all customised. We've got their name in it, as well as promotional messaging here to the left as well. So we've got new pricing here because we're sending out statements and invoices. But if we were sending another kind of document, we might want different sort of messaging on the left. And again, we can completely tailor this. So taking a look at the statement, again, we've got the consistency. So we've got this red branding, we've got our logo here. We've even got a little US flag to differentiate the fact that we're sending a document to a US customer. And then we've got a big, nice overdue stamp here, just to really reinforce that message to the customer that this statement is overdue. We've got all the relevant information and details on here as well. And again, if I open up one of the invoices that have automatically been attached, again, consistent. We've got the same logo, same look and feel to the documents. We absolutely know this is from the same company. And here is the Pay Now button that I mentioned as well. So all the customer needs to do is click this button, enter their credit card details, and they will get paid straight away. Also, down to the bottom, we've got a terms and conditions of sale page. Now, obviously for an invoice, we'll keep it as terms and conditions, but this page is available on every single document that you send. So it might be that you want to put delivery information or any other kind of information that you might want to add onto a document can be put on this page. So don't be fooled by the fact that it says terms and conditions. It doesn't actually have to be terms and conditions. Okay, so that is the customer email that's been sent. So again, all I did was click a button. I've sent a batch of 26 statements out. It took me a second to hit print. And the statements being sent and all of the relevant invoices from that statement have been included. Everything's customized down to the subject line. And it's a nice looking email. Moving on to the sales rep copy. So again, for Bayside Bikes, we've sent Tony Dean, our internal sales rep, a copy of this. So he knows that his account, Bayside Bikes, are overdue. And as the sales rep, he needs to be involved because if they are put on hold and they can't place any more orders, that's going to affect Tony's numbers for the month. So he can assist in getting this statement paid and up to date. There we go. And again, I can click on others and show you more. So what we're going to see here is we've differentiated the look and feel of the documents and emails via the branding that we're using. So you can see here, we've got the red, and then down here for Country Gardens, we've got the green. And that's because this is a rest of the world customer. So that's how we've differentiated it within Spindle. So let me just show you exactly what I mean. Now, this is where the automation happens. This is where we set up the workflows here in Spindle Document Distribution. Now, you don't have to worry too much about how this looks and how to set anything up because that's all done for you. But just to give you an idea of how these workflows are kind of set up. So you can see here, we've got a number of workflows. We've got invoices, order acknowledgements, purchase orders, remittance statements. And then within each of these, we'll have different sub-workflows. So under statement, we've got email to customers USA and email to customers rest of the world. So just to, again, really reinforce that. So in the email settings for USA, you can see that we've got the red branding. In rest of the world, we've got the green. Now, that's a very, very basic way to differentiate your customers. You can, of course, customize language, as we mentioned earlier. You can customize the types of documents that are being sent, different terms and conditions based on different regions. Or perhaps when you're selling different products, you might want different attachments included, different messaging within the email itself. And again, we've got email settings here for our internal sales rep as well. You can see that we've gone a bit lighter on the branding because it's just simply an internal email. It doesn't have to be too pretty for the internal sales rep. And here as well is where you can really define your distribution methods too. So email, print, fax, archive, and you can have it in a specific order. So we can ensure that no matter what happens or how this customer is set up within SYSPRO, if for some reason the email fails, so if there's no email for that customer in SYSPRO, then we can automatically physically print a copy. So nothing is ever going to get missed. Okay, so heading back into the slides. So finally, I've just got some frequently asked questions that I'm just going to answer for you. So firstly, to understand how Spindle is licensed, this is on a per user basis. So whoever needs access to print via Spindle will need a license. But the great thing about Spindle is that we don't limit you on the amount of workflows that you can have. So you can have as many or as few as you like. Another question that we're often asked as well is about the implementation time. So for a typical install and configuration, it takes around 2 days. And because it's installed outside of SYSPRO, there's 0 downtime, so we can get you up and running with minimal interference. And lastly, what versions of SYSPRO is Spindle compatible with? We're compatible version 6 and upwards. Okay, so for any other queries or to get pricing, please feel free to reach out to Crawford Software. Details are on the screen now. Or check out that web address there if you'd like a little bit more information. But ultimately, we're here to help. So if you would like a personalised demonstration of how Spindle can work for your business, or if you perhaps have any questions that we've not covered, please do get in touch and we'd be delighted to help. With that, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. Hope you found it useful and look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.